I decided not to comment on this video, but I changed my mind. I changed my mind because of this video right here. Let me break it down. A group of Seventh-day Adventists have come out to accuse their pastors of swindling their money through a Ponzi scheme. I have one question to ask those that invested their money in that Ponzi scheme or get rich quick scheme. I have one question to ask them, but before I do the question, I would like us to watch their video and listen to their concern or their charges, listen to whatever they are saying against their pastors, against their conference, and after we are done listening to them, I'll come back and share my thoughts. All right, so let's get into it without wasting any time.
A section of members of the public have raised concerns of a group of clergy from the Seventh-day Adventist Church who are allegedly aiding a scheme known as a WSG Opticon to swindle money from innocent members of the church. According to the individuals who claim to have lost money, they were allegedly encouraged to invest amounts in the scheme starting from 40,000 Kenya shillings with promises that their savings will double after a specific period. The group now wants investigative agencies to intervene and probe the matter.
We are a collective of Seventh-day Adventist members and non-members condemn the East Kenya Union Conference leadership for protecting perpetrators of WSG Opticoin Kenya scam. Despite overwhelming evidence of fraud and exploitation, implicated leaders continue to hold office, enjoy privilege and benefit from ill-gotten gains, while members and non-members languish in poverty caused by this deception. This silence and protectism represent a betrayal of trust, a violation of scripture, spirit of prophecy, counsel, and Seventh-day Adventist Church manual and General Conference working policy. WSG Opticoin Kenya has been exposed as a points scam, pyramid scam, and gambling enterprise. Its operation have devastated families, detrained resources. Instead of the deceive discipline, EKUC has shielded those implicated, include Pastor Makori, EKUC president, whose wife direct with WSG office in Kisii, Pastor Paul Mwangi, EKUC executive secretary, a founding member of WSG Opticoin Kenya. The continued presence in office is a scandalous affront to justice and accountability. Spiritual condemnation, Isaiah 5 verse 20, it says, woe unto them that call evil goods and good evil. Proverbs 15 verse 27, he that's greedy of gain troubleth his own house. 1 Timothy 6 verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. By protecting perpetrators, the church leadership has aligned itself with greed and deceit rather than righteousness and truth. Spirit of prophecy counsel, the desire of accumulate wealth quickly is a snare. Many are led into gambling and speculation, which bring ruin upon themselves and others. That is Counsels of Stewardship, page 234. Messages to Young People, page 414, says, the enemy of souls has deceived many scams by which they destroy man. Gambling is one of Satan's deceive to ruin souls. The SDA Church is this region has ignored this warning, allow leaders to entangle members in ruinous scams. Church manual and General Conference Working Policy, Church Manual 2015 edition, Chapter 7, Stance of Christ Living, prohibits gambling, dishonest business practice, and exploitation. General Conference Working Policy, Section L35, requires leaders to uphold integrity and avoid activities that bring reproach upon the church. By shielding perpetrators, EKUC and ECD leadership have violated these standards and brought reproach upon the name of the church. Condemnation of institutional complicity. We condemn the SDA Church in the region for protecting perpetrators who remain in office despite clear evidence of wrongdoing, allowing leaders to enjoy the loot while members and non-members suffer financial devastation, failing to act decisively, thereby eroding trust and moral authority, perpetuating poverty and injustice, contrary to the gospel mandate of compassion and stewardship. The complicity is not merely an administrative failure, it's immoral corruption. Call to attention. We demand immediate removal of implicated leaders from office, public acknowledgement of wrongdoing and apology to members and non-members, restitution and pastoral support for victims of WSG Optico in Kenya, transparent investigation conducted by the General Conference and East Central African Division, reformation of SDA principle, ensuring leaders embody honest integrity and accountability. Conclusion: the SDA Church is the region has failed its moral duty by protecting perpetrators of WSG Optico in Kenya. Leaders continue to enjoy privilege and wealth while members and non-members suffer in poverty.
All right, so that was some members of the SDA Church that invested their money in a Ponzi scheme, and they are claiming that some pastors actually led them to invest their money in that Ponzi scheme. In fact, I heard this story, I think, last month, but I decided not to talk about it. But I don't know what changed my mind, because there is something that we need to say it right away. There is a truth that we need to tell, and I'm going to say it right now. The question I want to ask the members is, are they really serious about this video that they have put out there? Are they really serious about it? Because you invested your money, or let me put it in this way. A pastor comes to you and introduces or tells you to invest your money in a Ponzi scheme. You never did any due diligence because of greed, because you want to make millions of dollars or Kenyan shillings overnight, because you love money, which is the root of all evil. You did not do any due diligence. You invested your money, 40,000 Kenyan shillings or 20,000, 30,000, whatever amount of money you invested. I don't know, but you did not do any due diligence and you invested your money into that. Unfortunately, your money got lost, or you lost your money. Then you turn around and blame some of the pastors who also were involved in it. You turn around and blame the conference. I just don't understand. How does this work? And I just want to ask, they have read a lot of Ellen G. White writings, Spirit of Prophecy. They have quoted many Bible verses. But the question I'm asking is, where were the Bible and the Spirit of Prophecy when they were about to invest their money in a Ponzi scheme? Where were all these Bible verses and quotes from the Spirit of Prophecy before investing their money in that Ponzi scheme? All what they have said, yes, let me show sympathy in one way, but all what they have said, I understand. But they cannot blame the pastors. That is the gospel truth. They cannot blame the pastors. They cannot blame the conference. They should hold themselves accountable. They should blame themselves for not doing due diligence, for being greedy, for wanting to make millions overnight. Sometimes this thing seems funny, but it is a serious matter. It is serious. So I'm not going to talk about the pastors. No, that is not I'm not going to do that. I'm addressing those that invested their money in a Ponzi scheme and then blaming pastors, blaming conferences for losing their money. Like, do you know the number of messages that I get in my email about some of these schemes? It is so crazy. You read some of the messages and they'll tell you that, hey, invest $500 and a month you're going to get $2,500 or $5,000. Really? Investing $500 and a month, you're going to get a return of $2,500. It does not make sense. But, greedy people will do it. And at the end, they will lose their hard-earned money. I have another question to ask those that invested their money in that Ponzi scheme. If they had made millions of dollars or millions of Kenyan shillings out of the Ponzi scheme, would they have come out and make this press conference? I don't think so. I don't think so. If they had made millions of dollars or millions of Kenyan shillings, they would not have come out and make this press conference. So please, be responsible for your own loss. Be responsible for not doing your own due diligence. Yes, you are my brother, you're my sister, but I need to tell you the truth. I need to tell you the truth as it is. You made your own mistake. You were led by greed. You wanted to make millions overnight without working hard for it. There is no free lunch anywhere, my friend. There is no free lunch anywhere. I remember, was it last year or two, the General Conference prepared a very nice Sabbath school lesson about this kind of thing, about our money, how to use our money responsibly as church members. And the Sabbath school also mentioned get-rich-quick schemes. The Sabbath school advised church members to run away from certain investments that promises high returns. Yes, we were taught in the church. So why, let me stop talking about this. Let me stop talking about this. But please, let me take this opportunity to advise and share some thoughts with you. Please, do not fall into the trap of investing your money in a Ponzi scheme. Do not fall into the trap of investment that promises high returns. Invest $100 and make $5,000 a month. It is only those that are led by greed that will fall for some of these investment schemes. Lawrence, I'll not do it. And I know you will not do it. But some will do it and turn and come and blame the church or come and blame the pastors or blame the people that led them into it. Please blame yourself. Let me pause here. I know this video gets some of the people that invested their money angry, but the truth is you should hold yourself accountable. The truth is you made your own mistake. The truth is you were led by greed. That is the truth. I rest my case. See you in another video. Thanks for watching.